Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Ben Olson. That's Nathan Fox. We're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. We have an email here from Anonymous, yet again, and the subject is mediocre softs.
Hello, Ben and Nathan. I hope you're both doing well. I'm officially done with the LSAT after receiving a 174 on my June test, 5 exclamation points. I'm beyond happy and want to thank you both for helping me achieve this. However, as I'm starting to put my application together, I feel like I have mediocre softs.
Who cares?
I know. You're strongs. You're solids. What is it? Hards. Your hards are so hard. Your LSAT goes so hard that I just don't give a shit about your softs. I think, that you got the wrecking ball on your side. So I think you're looking great. Boy, scanning this email, no GPA. Would be way easier to know where you're at if I had your GPA. But anyway, continuing. I have just graduated undergrad this May. My professional experience on my resume consists of working at a small law firm, substitute teaching, and food service. I also have a few organizations that I regularly volunteer at, like domestic violence shelter and a children's advocacy shelter. But that's really about it.
Wait, hold on. This person has 3 jobs and 2 volunteer opportunities. This is like 5 times more
I'm
than most
reminded
people.
of the Jamaicans in Living Color. Did you ever watch that show with the Wayans brothers back in the day?
I did, but it's like so little and so long ago, I don't remember.
They had a
hardly
whole
anything.
bit, which is probably, inappropriate, but it was like the joke was always, oh, you only have 2 jobs, or you only have 4 jobs. I have 7 jobs or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like, I guess it was about the hardworkingness of Jamaicans. I don't know. But anyway, it was a recurring bit that they had on that show in the 90s, I suppose. Right. Anonymous has a lot going on and says, but that's really about it. I'm starting to get really nervous because I feel like I'm not a competitive enough applicant to be able to get into a T14 with a scholarship. I'm going to apply broadly. However, Michigan law or Northeastern law have been a dream of mine. What do you guys think I should do? I feel like most competitive applicants that apply to these schools have cured cancer, won dozens of awards, and already have professional experience that sets them apart from me. Okay, come on. That's hyperbole, and you know it.
There are people who have done more than you have done, and they've done some amazing things, but a lot of people are actually just bookworms who haven't done anything at all. So the fact that you have 3 real jobs, 2 volunteer experiences is already above and beyond. So just don't oversell them. Be down to earth. Talk about one of them in your personal statement. Make sure you highlight the others in your resume. Say concrete, real things that you did in those positions. I think the mistake that people make is they like to use marketing blather. They're just sort of like, oh, I executed many significant programs, blah, blah, blah. Like they try to oversell themselves and that just comes across as negative. But just say, hey, look, I did this. This is what I did at the domestic violence shelter. Just keep it down to earth. That alone is impressive. Most people don't have time to volunteer or want to.
Especially not when you're actually working at a small law firm and substitute teaching and working in food service on your resume. And you're just graduating undergrad. Many people don't do jack shit. They only focus on undergrad. You focused on, you did a million things, which means you can't really focus on them, which makes me a little bit worried about your GPA. But law schools need customers. They need applicants. They need bodies. They need thousands of students to attend every single year, and there are not thousands of people available with a 174.
Also, I would add that the U.S. News ranking now gives more weight to people who get jobs after law school. So that's in the back of the minds of law school admissions deans, and they want to make sure they get people who can also work. They're not just smart, but they're also going to be able to go and get a job and interview well. You have experience that a lot of kids don't have.
Especially working at a law firm.
Yeah.
So,
but this is like,
I'd be writing my personal statement about that law firm if I could, if it makes sense to you. Although the domestic violence shelter and the children's advocacy shelter both of those things, if they're related to a future law path that you want to follow, although be careful about you think you're going to find a unicorn job, that's going to pay a lot and work, fight the good fight, because there's just not that many of those jobs out there.
Yeah.
But emphasize that you have law experience, I think, is one way to make this, because it is a K through JD, but there are plenty of K through JDs. Also, one thing we haven't mentioned yet, but you could always take a gap year or two. You're working on your applications now, apparently, and I think that you are a credible applicant right now, but maybe you would be a stronger applicant if you go get a job and work for a year or two. So have you considered that?
Yeah, totally.
I think that's it for Anonymous.
Yeah. Thanks for writing in. Email daily@lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.